Hi guys, and yet we meet once again for Flowers vlog. Anyways, um, yesterday I wrote a status on Facebook about how I had finally figured out why Facebook pisses me off so much. um, I don't remember word for word, but I can tell you what the status kind of said. If you don't follow me on Facebook, since you follow people now, well, since if you're not friends with me on Facebook, the status went like this. It went, today I finally found out why I don't like Facebook. I realized that it's always the wrong people that are always making comments under your status. It's always people that don't even apply to what you're talking about. In other words, the wrong people are always the ones that get offended by your status and are always the ones that start an argument. And I can tell that a couple people agreed with me. And yeah, Facebook is definitely a setup for us to argue about ridiculous shit. Because on top of the fact that it leaves us so much space to make up bullshit, everything's about answering what people are thinking, and everybody just always wants to argue like, no, you're right and I'm wrong. It's like social networks have made us be a little bit more close-minded, even though in a way it could make you a little open-minded, but it doesn't help you understand that people have opinions and what they believe in, and it kind of makes you passionate to go against people when you see something that you completely disagree with. It makes you just want to make a comment on the side. It's like, oh, you're fucking crazy, what's wrong with you? But at the end of the day, I mean, like, whatever you write on the status, like, it's most likely something that's not even like worth it. It's probably something stupid, like it's probably something they believe in so hard-headedly they don't even want to like stop believing it. So you come into a status telling them, listen, this is wrong because this is, doesn't really make a big difference unless it's like, you know, politics and other stuff that are actually debatable. But when it comes to how people think, you can't really tell people you're wrong for thinking that way. I mean, maybe they are, but who are you? You're just a fucking other friend of their Facebook. Obviously, anybody's gonna get mad. I mean, it's the truth. So today, I wanted to talk about social networks. It's a very complex topic. There's a lot of things to address that I might not fully address in this video. But I'm gonna try my best. Have you guys ever found yourself scrolling up and down, looking at your tweets or Facebook or anything, but looking at nothing really, just scrolling up and down? It's like we're addicted to just scrolling up and down. I find myself doing it all the time. I'm just going up and down, not reading anything. It's just stuff I'm like dazed off into technology. Like I'm just like reading anything. Social networks are an awesome thing. Have met people since my days in MySpace. I've met wonderful people that I'm still cool with till this day. Back then when I was, like 14, 15, I was a lot into social networks. I did used to meet up with people. Obviously, I was smart. I wasn't stupid. Like, I'm gonna go meet up with somebody in an alleyway. It's not gonna happen. I met up with people in public places, and obviously, I made sure that I knew somebody that knew them, just so I could, reassure they were actually a real person. And I don't regret it. I don't regret meeting all those people in social networks, and I love meeting people to this day in social networks. I still do meet a lot of wonderful people that have a lot of things in common with me. And it's actually, you're most likely to find somebody with things with you in common online than in the real life. In the real life, people are most likely to just tell you what you want to hear, and because they're being interested in being your friend. But social network is just like, for example, Twitter is just like a show of what you think. You either like it or you're not. So it's different. Facebook is a little different. It's the pictures just really makes it so much more less intimate. That's one thing that I do agree with about social networks. I believe social networks have killed the intimacy between friends. It has killed the intimacy of your life, period. People go on Facebook and talk about shit that like nobody cares. Or they just like I had this girl that I've seen. She posted a picture of her. She got into a car accident, and she posted a picture of her mutilated arm on Facebook. Like, alright, that sucks. That's horrible, but there's no need to put your mutilated arm on Facebook. There's no need to put a lot of things that people put on Facebook. When it comes to family or close friends, if you have to argue with them about something, it's wrong to do it on Facebook. That takes away the intimacy among friends. Like when something is so public, you no longer think about solving the issue. You think about, what are people going to think about me when I argue with this person? So you're not being fully true with yourself. So it's wrong to confront close friends or family members on social networks. It's completely wrong. I am totally against that. I also think that the more friends you have, the more empty you feel. I believe that fully. And you can have 1,000 friends on any social network, but you're not truly intimate with none of them. You don't have the alone moment. Everything is always public. Everything. And even if it's through a message, you're not seeing this person. You're not looking at their eyes. You're not seeing how they act when they say the things they say. You don't really know them. Everything that comes out of our mouth are opinions. Everything that is written on Facebook, that is written on Twitter, that is written on any other social networks are all opinions. People just take it too hard. People take it to another level. They're like, why is this person such a dumbass? Why do they think? What the fuck do you care? I mean, I'm guilty of this too. I'm not saying that I've never done it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that once I'm over it, I kind of feel stupid. I'm like, I just argue with this person for no reason because I didn't really get the point through the head, and they still believe the same thing, and they might have even evidence to believe what they believe in, and I can't change that. Nobody can change that. I just believe that Facebook has created a lot of conflicts among people. I do think that it's not. I do think it's not Facebook itself. Like, it's not social networks itself. Social networks is just a setting. It's a setup. Okay, here it is. A place where you can write whatever the fuck you want, write to whoever the fuck you want, post whatever the fuck picture you want. You want. Keyword. You want. You can blame all you want on Facebook, on Twitter, on anything, but ultimately, it's people's fault. Why are you so willing to put your life out there in a social network? Why are you so willing? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about anybody? Why is anybody so willing for it? I personally believe that we're always looking for reassurance. We're always looking for people to relate to us. We go on social networks to fucking feel related, so somebody could retweet you, so somebody can like your Facebook status, so you can feel related. At the end of the day, we always look for people to relate to us, so we can feel like we're right or wrong. And Facebook and Twitter is a media for that. But it's wrong because you're comparing your opinion to somebody else's. Somebody else just like you. You can't say that somebody's right just because you love them and you look up to them. You have to look for the definition within yourself of what you believe in. This happens in life when we're growing up. We grow up and we believe whatever our parents say. We think whatever they say is right because they said it and they're our parents. But, you grow up to think, they're human beings just like us. Whatever they said might have not be right. So at the end of the day, you have to hit an age where you have to really look for the definition within yourself. And I say this a lot. This is one of my favorite phrases. Looking for the definition within yourself is big for me. When it comes to social networks, even bigger. You can't just exploit the wrong facts about your life or made up facts on Facebook or Twitter. Like, people will make fun of you. You can't come on Twitter and say that you're this. You can't go on Facebook and say you're this and you're that. Like, when the people that know you around the way know what you're doing. And that's wrong. Because it makes you look stupid. I know for sure that most people do not know themselves. And they already have trouble being themselves with people because they don't know themselves fully. They'll tell people, look, I'm this way, and I'm this way, and I'm this way. But this is what they think. This is not what they are. This is what they think. This is coming out of their mouth, their brain, their self-evaluation. It's not something that they are. So in social networks, it's even a bigger setup. Because you have a whole more people looking at your stupidity. Look at how you truly, what you truly believe that you are, but you're really not. It's a setup. It's a setting. But it is not social networks' fault. It is not. It is our fault for being so willing. I don't know what word really to describe it. I just think either we look for reassurance or we look to just show off what we do in our life, and you know, that's fine. That's fine until things become negative, until you start showing off about the negative things about you. And then there's a lot of that on Facebook. People want to complain all day. All day. People don't care what you complain about. They really don't care. Yeah, I understand that. Okay, but some people might relate to it. Yeah, that's true. But relating to a stranger on Facebook is not gonna help your fucking life. It's not. It's not. Another thing that I want to address about social networks is preying on social networks. I think that is the most foolish thing in the world. Seriously. I'm gonna make another video about what I truly believe when it comes to religion. But to me, if you're preying on a social network, it totally defeats the purpose. It totally defeats the purpose of what you want, what you're praying for. And I also believe it's a way of people getting attention. It's a way of people looking like they're good people. But just because somebody goes to church and prays doesn't mean they're a good person. Honestly. I grew up around tons of old ladies. They used to wake up at 6 in the morning every Sunday to go to church and would do witchcraft to the family members. So, you know, you look pretty fucking ridiculous if you're on Facebook or Twitter praying to God. How about you go home, lock yourself up in your room, and think about what you're doing and pray to God for whatever reasons you want to pray for. Don't go on a social network. People don't give a fuck. And writing it is not going to help you. Pray, think, analyze what you want in your head, what you seek for in life. Don't put it out on a social network. On top of that, when you put so much of yourself on a social network, you are opening yourself for people to hate on you. And you might think that hate does nothing. You might think that hate doesn't faze you. But that's bullshit. Somebody can easily put you down. So easily. We always want to pretend that we're so strong, but somebody, anybody, the most random person can easily put you down. It happens. And it happens a shitload on Facebook. It happens a shitload when people are disagreed with. Or when people just want to argue about ridiculous things. I mean, Facebook is a setting. Twitter is a setting. You write whatever you want. You take from that whatever you want. It's your choice. But just don't take it as serious as you are. Even though everybody behind it for Facebook is a real person, most likely. I mean, they're all real, and they're all writing real shit. But at the end of the day, like, back to my point, people don't really know themselves like that. Most likely they're just talking shit. And you know what? You're sitting there behind a computer screen getting mad about what they're writing. About shit they're making up from their head that doesn't even make fucking sense. That is creating madness inside of you. People that don't even matter. If Facebook or Twitter are creating such madness inside of you, I suggest you reevaluate yourself, because there might be other things going on in your life and you're going on social networks to, you know, kind of let the anger out, and that's not the right way. We gotta understand that all these things are people's opinions of themselves, and are most likely shit they make up to show off to people that don't even matter. I can't even stress this no longer. The quotes that are on Twitter, I mean, like, what I personally write on Twitter, because I am a person that I love to theorize a lot about life, and it isn't necessarily saying that, like, that I'm saying that I'm always right. I'm not saying that. I'm just writing what I'm feeling. I'm writing what I'm thinking. I like when people feel like they agree with me, because it doesn't make me feel as crazy as I think I am sometimes. So I do use Facebook and I mean Twitter in that way. But at the end of the day, what I'm writing doesn't necessarily mean I'm right. It doesn't necessarily mean somebody's right. They're just opinions coming from their heads. You know, you can't take it so much to heart. You can argue and debate with it, but I mean, sometimes you just gotta let it go. Like, alright, you think that way and I think that way, and we can't really do much about it. And social networks have limited the capability of doing that, because it makes you so passionate about disagreeing with something and somebody that don't even matter. It's the truth about social networks. It's an addiction. It's another drug. And it's taking over people's lives because they're letting it. Remember, anything that happens to us is because we let it happen. Everything we are is because we at some point of our life decided to be it. We can blame social networks, Facebook, Twitter, our mom, our dad, our sister, our ex-boyfriends for what we are, but that's really not gonna help shit. We have to change here, right here, what we are, this that was given to us to be. Not blame everything else around us for what we are. That's completely fucking ridiculous. Social networks are definitely blamed a lot, and I think that's stupid. Even though it does have a lot of, disadvantages, but that's because people have let it get to that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please leave any comments, anything that you guys, want to throw out there. I would love to hear it. This is a very, very passionate topic for me. So leave some feedback, leave some likes, and tell me what you guys think. Thank you for watching.